Every ring with no answer is torture for Mahmoud Al-Tayeb trying to reach his parents in Gaza. When they don't pick up, he fears the worst.
Sometimes I just want to call my parents and just cry in front of them. It's not going to be easy to tell them everything's going to be okay, because I don't believe that either.
In 2014, Al-Tayeb and his family fled their home before it was destroyed by an Israeli airstrike. Over the weekend, Al-Tayeb's friend was killed in a similar strike. Despite the violence, he wishes he was there, not wanting to live if his parents don't.
That's the mentality we all go through. If something happens to our house, we all go. We don't go living and regretting of, oh, I'm living, but my parents are not.
So far, Al-Tayeb's parents are okay, but that brings little comfort. Israeli airstrikes have pounded targets in Gaza. The assault, Israel says, aimed at militant groups. Gaza's health ministry says more than 220 Palestinians have been killed, including at least 60 children.
We want peace. We don't want this. We are suffering more than enough. But they don't want it. I don't see that they want it.
Israel says Palestinian militants have fired more than 4,000 rockets. Most are intercepted, but at least 12 people in Israel, including 2 children, according to the country's medical service, have been killed in the attacks.
So right now there's a missile attack in Israel.
Tammy Zalden has an app that alerts her when rockets are fired at Israel, where her sister and her family live.
In the last hour, I have over 20 here. I just keep looking for the towns where my family or my friends live and to make sure that it's not near them.
What is it like for you right now with your family in Israel?
We're just worried about hearing the alarm on my phone, but it's just the phone. We don't have to run for our lives. No one should have to live like that.
Zalden says Israel is acting in self-defense.
Thousands of missiles are coming at you. What do you got to do? What do you do? I just hope they find a way to work this out so this stops. This needs to stop.
The conflict's deep pain and division have poured out onto Canadian streets. Flashpoints of anger erupting into skirmishes. While she worries about her family far away, Zalden fears a rise in anti-Semitism at home.
If someone tries to start something with you, just don't engage, okay? And to be careful about that, okay?
Free Palestine!
So much fear, too, on the Palestinian side of a mounting death toll and that Western leaders aren't heeding their suffering.
We need them to, change policies, maybe put in sanctions in place and whatnot to actually condemn the actions of what's going on in Palestine.
Even as he worries every minute for his family, Al-Tayeb still has some hope for calm.
My hope comes from my parents, my mom especially. She always knows how to not lose hope and believe that everything's going to be okay.
Hope for now, all he can hold on to until he sees his family again. Ellen Morrow, CBC News, Toronto.